The impact of sex, relationship duration, and both perceived self and partner's attractiveness on jealousy. Buss, Larson, Weston et al., 1992, state jealousy is an emotional state that is activated by a perceived threat to an intimate relationship or position. It motivates behavior that counter the threat. In the social structural theory, they believe that jealousy happens when there is intimidation to a relationship with one's partner due to physical appearance rather than reproduction. So Brown and Moore, 2003, found higher jealousy levels if the partner is more attractive than themselves. Loy, 2001, found for men, a threat is younger, more handsome, and has higher status. For women, threat is younger, more beautiful, or partner's behaviors relate to emotional connection with a rival. The evolutionary theory is about survival of genes through reproduction. So, for men, there is uncertainty in fatherhood of their children. This was found by Buss 2000. So for women, it's about loss of the partner's time, attention, energy, resources, protection, and commitment to her and the children. This puts them at survival risk. This is found by Bonk et al., 1996. So jealousy increases with the amount of investment in a relationship, which is their desired mate. So Un and Comstock, 1997, find a positive correlation between romantic relationship duration and levels of jealousy, showing that jealousy increases as relationship duration increases. So basically, the longer your relationship is, the more jealousy you'll show. Transactional model of jealousy. There's suspicious and reactive. So suspicious is cognitive and behavioral jealousy. These are beliefs, actions, and feelings that are experienced in the lack of any major jealousy-evoking events. So this is internal, individuals' issues such as insecurity, personal fears, and low self-esteem. Reactive is emotional jealousy. These are actual misbehaviors that violate critical aspects of the relationship bond between partners. Direct reaction to the discovery of real events that threaten the relationship. So these are external factors from the relationship and social environment, such as the actions of other people in the situation. Rydell and Brindle, 2007. Jealousy can be good or bad. So good can be a long-term relationship. So it found survival of relationship, greater love for relationship partner, greater relationship stability. So in the bad, there's short-term relationship. So this is violence and aggression concerning romantic rivals, intimate partner of violence, or mania jealousy. So in my current study, I combine all these factors together. My study will indicate unhealthy relationships, so prevention or help can be provided to those that are needed. So jealousy coping in order to sustain a healthy relationship. I have 4 hypotheses. H1, males were more behaviorally jealous than females. H2, females were more emotionally jealous than males. H3, long-term relationships had higher jealousy levels compared to short-term relationships. H4, higher perceived partner attractiveness had higher jealousy levels compared to higher self-perceived attractiveness. My participants were 359 undergraduates at Coventry University, 167 males and 192 females. Majority were white, 59.3%, mean age of 20.5 years, with a standard deviation of 3.62. Age range was 18 to 50 years old. I recruited participants through the Bristol online survey, which was distributed to all the mechanical, automotive, and manufacturing engineering students. Those who used SONA, which is for psychology students. My design was a 2x2 between groups Mancover, which reduces type 1 error. My independent variables were sex, which is male and female, and also relationship duration, which is short-term and long-term. My covariates were self-perceived attractiveness and perceived partner's attractiveness, which was done on a Likert scale of 1 to 5. My dependent variables were different types of jealousy, which consisted of cognitive, emotional, and behavioral. So my procedure I needed to get ethics approval, participant information sheet and implied consent, subject-based questionnaire which included the demographics, attractiveness rating for self and partner, the multi-dimensional jealousy scale, and 20 research credits given on completion. A software called SPSS was used to analyze the data. The participants were debriefed and all the data was destroyed afterwards. The materials used was the multi-dimensional jealousy scale, which assesses people's jealousy in their past or present romantic relationship on a multi-dimensional scale. Piffer and Wong, 1989. It uses a Likert scale of 1 to 7, which has 8 items per subscale. It has a high internal consistency, as you can see the Cronbach alpha. As you can see, the lowest is 0.797. Figure 1. Line graph, displaying the interaction effect between sex and relationship duration on jealousy. So the left-hand side has the mean jealousy scores, and the bottom has the relationship duration, which has short-term and long-term. So from left to right. We can see how it changes over as time increases. So the first highest 2 lines, so the first one is emotional female. You can see short term is quite high and then it increases over time. Whereas for males with emotional, it actually decreases. Now if we go to the middle 2 lines, this is the cognitive. So these are decreasing. Similarly with the behavioral, male and female also decreases but very slightly. Figure 2. Line graph displaying the total jealousy levels by sex and perceived attractiveness rating for self and partner. So on the left hand side we have jealousy scores, and the bottom we have sex, which is male and female. So the line in the middle that's going kind of horizontal, that is self is more attractive. Males find themselves more attractive than females find themselves. Now the lines go diagonally upwards. It just means women are generally just more jealous than males. The top line is when your partner is more attractive, and the bottom line is when there's equal attractiveness. So you can just see that if your partner is more attractive than yourself, you are just more jealous because you are worried of losing someone who is more beautiful than you. So the results are, I've checked through all the assumptions, and the Levine's test for emotional jealousy is the only violation. There were 4 significant main effects, all of which were a small effect size other than the top one, which was a medium effect size. There was a significant interaction effect between sex and relationship duration on jealousy. So there is the scientific stuff underneath it. So the small effect sizes were 0.002 for cognitive, 0.003 for emotional, and 0.001 for behavioral. Self-perceived attractiveness rating was 3.27, and perceived partner's attractiveness rating was 3.9. So in discussion, females are more emotionally jealous than men, so H2 is supported, but H1 is not supported because females are also behaviorally more jealous than men too. Short relationships had higher jealousy than long-term relationships, with the exception of females and emotional jealousy. Higher perceived partner attractiveness had higher jealousy levels than compared to higher self-perceived attractiveness for females only, so H4 supported for females only. Future research, I think age and trust should be looked into. And one of the limitations is long-term relationship period was counted as 6 months or more. In conclusion, jealousy levels in the long-term relationship group suggest it is healthy, whereas the short-term relationship group suggests it is unhealthy. For a healthy long-term relationship, less cognitive and behavioral jealousy, suspicious, and more emotional jealousy, reactive, is better. And here are some of my references. I've got 2 pages worth. This is just the first page. Thank you for watching. and please subscribe. This paper is also published in a scientific journal, in case you want to reference this.